Hey everyone, welcome back. This is my review of Fate Kaleid Episode 7. I know this episode came out yesterday, but from now on, at least for a while, episode reviews might be coming out a day or two late, more often than they used to, because I am going to school now again. I am going to college now, okay? It's my first semester, so I might not be able to always get the reviews out on time, but I will get them out before the next week comes, okay? There have been a few that, I haven't been doing that even so far, but that means that those series I put on hold, like R.G. Avalon, Barakamon, I think there was like another one I put on hold, but I don't remember what it was. But yeah, those series I put on hold. But all the series I'm going to be continuing, such as Fate Kaleid here, I'm definitely going to be continuing that. Of course I'm going to be continuing that. Fuck, man. Then, even if I don't get the reviews out right away, I will get them out, okay? It may just take me a little bit longer than usual. Anyways, this week's episode of Fate Kaleid was definitely a much more laid-back episode with a lot of comedy in it. Very, very good comedy, I think as well. Rather than last episode, which really played with with my emotions anyways. I think better than any episode in Fate Kaleid period so far, which includes this season so far and the entirety of the first season. Okay, like it did really good with that. This episode was mainly a comedy, a slice of life episode, and most people will call this episode filler or useless. I'm not sure if it's actually filler or not. I mean, this series isn't going to be very long, so there better not be any fucking filler. But I still think, even if it was, I can kind of excuse it, but I'm pretty sure it's not. But I think it was a good episode or a necessary episode rather, because it helped with two things. One, throughout the episode, it helped to show that Kuro is beginning to fit in more with Illya and her family, as well as in school. Okay. And granted, it seems like the students and the teacher kind of forgot that Kuro kissed each one of them. And Sakura is perfectly fine working with her, even though Kuro kissed her twice. I mean, did they just forget about that? I don't fucking know. But, yeah, that was the first purpose of this episode, definitely. And the second purpose of this episode was at the very end to show that even though Kuro and Illya are fighting a lot, like sisters, which basically they're sisters now. Let's just cut the bullshit. They're basically sisters now. And there's even a joke about that in here of who's the older sister. So, yeah. But at the end of the episode, it shows that they are definitely getting closer, and that Kuro is very grateful to Illya for not only supplying her for mana in the previous episode so she didn't disappear, but also for being willing to continuously supply her with mana so that she doesn't disappear. Okay, and the end of the episode does really well to demonstrate that too. So this episode was definitely useful, but it was also fucking hilarious. Like, they blended in the comedy there perfectly, I thought. Honestly, like, that fucking hairdo that Illya brought into school was outrageous. Like, from where I grew up, I've seen women have a lot of really weird hairdos. I really have, okay? Like, you don't even know, or I don't know, maybe you do, who knows. But nothing even remotely as stupid as that. Oh my fucking god. Like, who would do that? Okay, I'm going to retract that question, because I'm sure there's someone out there who would. Like, the world's a big place, okay? The world's filled with a lot of stupid people. I'm sure you'd find someone who would. But seriously, that was just fucking ridiculous. That hairdo that she brought in, it was so dumb. And of course, she brought it in expecting people to like it, and people thought that she was fucking nuts. Of course, did you expect anything different, So yeah, there was, of course, that which I think was the best part of this episode. And there was also the arguing, Kuro and Illya arguing about who's the older sister, because they believe that the older sister should have dominance over the younger sister. You know, just generic stuff that was done so well. Okay. See, even generic jokes can be successful in a series if they're executed properly. Okay, because that's a pretty generic joke. It really is. Let's be honest now. But it was executed so properly that it was really funny, and that carried out through the vast majority of this. Actually, the entire episode, because like Illya's friends had different ideas on what a older sister should be like, and so Illya basically tried them all, which included that thing that was on her head. Okay, and it was just, God damn, it was so fucking funny. But of course, there was, as I mentioned before, there was two purposes of this episode, which showed their relationship and showed Kuro starting to fit in more. So, with home and with school. So, all in all, another really good episode of Fate Kaleid. I don't think it was nearly as good as the last episode. The last episode thought was outstanding. I'd probably give it a 10 out of 10. This episode's more like a 8.5. I mean, 8.3 or 8.5, something like that. But it was still a really good episode. The comedy was sharp and it was there, but it wasn't a worthless episode like I've heard some people saying either. Alright, so anyways, overall, hope you enjoyed this review, guys. These guys, thanks for watching. Bye-bye.